Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to talk about overtraining, and under the umbrella term of overtraining, we're going to talk about functional overreaching and non-functional overreaching. All right, let's first understand overtraining. The purpose of any training program is to provide incremental overloads on the body for physiological adaptations and subsequently to improve performance. So a successful training program must not only involve overload, but should also avoid a combination of excessive overload with inadequate recovery, because that leads to overtraining. So when training frequency, intensity, or volume, or a combination of these, is excessive without proper rest, recovery, or nutrition, conditions such as illness, fatigue, or injury, or a combination of these could occur, which are signs and symptoms of overtraining. Now we understand what is the meaning of overtraining. Now let's understand what functional overreaching means. When an athlete undertakes excessive training, which leads to a short-term decrement in the performance, this small and short-term decrement in the performance is known as functional overreaching. Recovery from this functional overreaching is usually achieved within few days or week. Consequently, this functional overreaching could be a prescribed part of an athlete's training program, which means it's been deliberately put in an athlete's training regime. The rationale behind this is to overwork and suppress performance and build tolerance, and then taper in order for supercompensation to occur with an athlete in his or her training program. Now I'm sure you must be wondering what supercompensation means, because I've been throwing such words to all of you. It's very simple: achieving increased level of fitness or advanced level of athleticism after an athlete has been put through functional overreaching. So let me give you a quick example of functional overreaching. Imagine you have an athlete and you're trying to help this athlete increase his or her 1 RM back squat. So on purpose, for 2 weeks, you increase the intensity of the back squat for this athlete by, say, 10 to 15%, and after these 2 weeks are finished, you reduce the intensity by 20 to 25% from the base level of this athlete lifting. This is a classic example of intentionally introducing functional overreaching into an athlete's program. Okay, now let's talk about non-functional overreaching. When the intensification of a training program continues without proper rest or recovery, an athlete can evolve into a state of extreme overreaching, and also known as non-functional overreaching. So when an athlete does not fully respect the balance between training and recovery, the first signs and symptoms of prolonged or increased training distress start to show up. These signs and symptoms are decreased performance, fatigue, illness, injury, decreased vigor. And if this intensification continues, this non-functional overreaching can actually turn into OTS, which is known as overtraining syndrome. Okay, now as an athlete, you really do not want to be suffering from OTS, because there are athletes who have recovered from it within a few weeks or months, and in worst case scenario, OTS has ruined the career of an athlete. All right, thanks for watching guys. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any question regarding the topic that I've just covered, feel free to reach out to me. If you have any question regarding NSCS, CACS exam, if you're preparing for it, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to guide you towards that. And I'll see you with more topics. Have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.